Let's talk about Justice League a little bit. There have been 3 movies leading up to this movie, 4 if you want to count Man of Steel. Even though Man of Steel and Batman v Superman are like 3 years apart, that is like a very big gap. And Suicide Squad feels like it has no relation to this movie at all. And Wonder Woman is pretty much just a prequel and a good origin story for Wonder Woman, but that's about it. This is pretty much a direct sequel to Batman v Superman. And there are some things that it does better than that movie, but overall, I think they are still messing up. Spoilers for Batman v Superman, but Superman dies in the end because he's protecting the Earth from Doomsday. Since Superman isn't around anymore, the Earth is basically defenseless, even though we have these other heroes, so I'm not sure why they think it's like that. But since there's a lot of fear in the air, Steppenwolf comes down with his fear creatures so they can feed on the fear, and then Steppenwolf can get these mother boxes. I don't really give a villain because he's kind of weak. I don't know anything about Steppenwolf other than he's born to be wild and he's going to take you on a magic carpet ride. I'm sure somebody else has made that joke. Batman is the character trying to get all of the heroes together. He's getting Wonder Woman, The Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, yeah, that's it. It's neat to see all these different heroes come together, but the thing is, I don't give a crap about the characters. The only one I cared about was Wonder Woman, and that's because I saw her movie earlier this year. I don't know this Batman, I don't know this Flash, I don't know this Cyborg. The great thing about comics is that there are different interpretations of the same character. But you gotta let your audience get to know that character before they give a crap. And when these characters come together and interact with each other, it seems so unnatural. I hate to compare it to the Avengers, but I'm gonna have to because that's pretty much why this movie exists. In the Avengers, we already knew the characters because of their previous movies, and even then, they gave you enough time to get to know the characters in the movie itself. Also, Justice League put a bad taste in my mouth from the very beginning, because in the beginning of the movie, they're talking about how Superman isn't around anymore, and it has these newspapers where it says, a wave of heroes disappearing, and it has Superman, Prince, and David Bowie. And I'm like, that's kind of too soon. And kind of pretentious of you guys to think your version of Superman is up there with Prince and David Bowie. It's like this movie wanted me to hate it. But I didn't really hate it. I thought it was alright, but it's still nothing compared to what Marvel has been doing. I know people say you shouldn't really compare the two, but you kind of have to at this point, because DC is just playing catch-up, and they're doing it very badly. And after the weekend they had with their box office, it looks like either they're going to have to work around a lot of things, or just restart it entirely. As far as things I did like in the movie, I did like Wonder Woman, and I did like The Flash a little bit. He's been kind of divisive between people of whether people like him or not. And there's, I guess this is a spoiler, but Superman's in the movie because they resurrect him. It was kind of obvious that they were going to do that, since the ending of Batman v Superman. But, yeah, the fight that they have with Superman is really cool. That's the coolest part of the movie. So, if anything, just watch that scene, because it's really, really cool. The score of the movie is alright. They put some Batman 89 in there, and the Wonder Woman theme. But everything else is just fine. But like I said, I didn't really care about these characters coming together, because I don't really care about them. Let me be clear that it's the characters in these movies that I haven't really liked. Not the heroes. The heroes I like, but the characters. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I like the characters in Justice League the Animated Series, but I don't like the characters in Justice League the Cinematic Universe. Maybe someday they can make it as good as the Justice League cartoon was. And I hear a lot of the DC animated movies are really good. But so far, they haven't done enough for me to care about the characters that they're following. Other than Wonder Woman, because I think they did Wonder Woman as well as they could do. So if you have seen Justice League, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to take